Okay, we're going to move on to some later problems here. So for this crook problem, we need to draw, when we have a double crook, we need to draw two lines that are parallel through the little crooked angle. So all of these lines are parallel. And if I look at these two with this transversal, then I know that this angle is 42 degrees. Down at towards the bottom, we're going to start with the 124. If I do the linear pair with 124, I get 56. And so that's going to be, now I'm going to be dealing with, these lines and this transversal. So if that's 56, then I know that there is 56. So then I know 70 minus 56, this is 14 up here, because these two together, this one plus this one, right, those two together have to equal the 70. So that's why I know that's 14. Whoops. So then I'm sort of just looking in here at these parallel lines cut by the transversal this way, that if this one is 14, then the alternate interior here is 14 degrees. So now I know x is the 42 plus this 14. So x is the 42 plus the 14. I get x equals 56. On this guy, I notice parallel lines. I notice a transversal. These angles correspond. If I take these four and shift them up here, this angle lays on top of that angle. So those are going to be equal. 11 minus 9y is going to be equal to negative 14y minus 19, because they're corresponding. So that equation has only one variable in it, so I don't need a second equation. So what I'm going to do is add 14y to both sides to get y on one side. So now I'm going to get 11 plus 14 minus 9 is 5y. These eliminate, equals negative 19. So then what we're going to do is we're going to subtract 11 off both sides. So these eliminate, and I get 5y equals a negative 30. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 5 and get y equals negative 6. Then I'm going to come over here and see that I have two parallel lines cut by that yellow transversal. So these guys are same side interior. These guys were corresponding. So that means I can say 20x plus 15 plus 8x plus 11 equals 180. So I'm going to add the 20x and 8x because they're on the same side of the equal sign. I'm going to add the 15 and the 11. They're on the same side of the equal sign. So then I'm going to subtract 26 from both sides to start solving for x. So I'm going to get 28x equals 154. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 28. I'm going to get x equals 5.5. So now when I plug this stuff back in, I can get these angles. So if I plug in 5.5 into the 20x plus 15, I get 20 times 5.5 plus 15. So that's going to be 125. So that angle here is 125 degrees. If I do a linear pair with that, I get 55 degrees here. If I plug my y of negative 6 back into this guy, I get negative 14 times y is negative 6 minus 19. So I get the negative 14 times the negative 6 is 84. And then 84 minus 19 is 65. So that angle right there is 65. So now I have to get Z. The trick with Z is that I'm going to have to, I don't have a parallel line up there, so I'm going to have to draw the parallel line that passes through Z with the parallel postulate. So this was 65 degrees. I'm going to draw the parallel line through that point. That creates a transversal here with a parallel line here. So I get, by alternate interior angles, that's 65. Same thing over here. That is 55 because I've got alternate interiors here. So I know that these three angles together have to sum to 180. So I go 180 minus 55 minus 65, and we get, let me see, 180 minus 55 minus 65, 60 degrees. So Z equals 60 degrees. Let's bring that up to where I did that work. Okay. Let's move on to the next problem.